When my husband started disappearing for days and spending money like water, I felt maybe he was stressed. But when I followed him, I found him living a double life with the last woman I ever expected, my brother's ex-wife. Two of my husband's friends insisted that my husband was at their house at the same time. A man who left his own children in school and disappeared was suddenly at two places at once. It was suspicious. So I asked them to give my husband the phone so I could speak to him. One of them snubbed me while the other said he was sleeping and couldn't wake him up. I insisted that he wake him up because it was obvious they were lying. My husband wasn't a deep sleeper anyway, so he should have woken up immediately. However, the second guy also ignored me. And that was how I was left panicking and confused, wondering what was happening. So many thoughts ran through my mind. Did these two friends collude to deal with my husband? Was my husband doing something bad behind my back? What exactly was going on? I barely slept that night as I waited till morning for my husband to return, all to no avail. While I was preparing the children for school the next day, he stormed in. He was looking so messy with a rumpled shirt and a half-done tie. Furious and concerned, I asked where he had been, but he glared at me and growled, "How did you get my friends' phone numbers?" Was that supposed to be the first thing a man who left his children at school, past school time, who left home for a whole day without communication should ask me? I lost it immediately and said a lot of things in anger. I yelled about how he would leave all the bills for me, how he would neglect me. Now, he even forgot his own children at school. We exchanged words, and before I knew it, he landed a slap across my face. "You will learn your place," he warned. I tried to catch my breath, wondering what I had done wrong in all of this. It was as if the man I married had disappeared. That day, I decided the children should stay at home, as I was determined to find out what was keeping my husband away from us and what had totally changed him. I followed him. He was driving and I was driving behind him too. Following from a distance, he stopped in front of a mall and made some purchases, an entire trunk full of groceries. I sat carefully in my car, watching him stock the boat with lots of things before he drove off. I followed yet again. He drove until he reached a block of apartments and then he started unpacking the shopping bags and taking them upstairs to the last floor. I waited as he walked up and down the stairs of that 3-story building 5 good times before he finally stayed back. Then I followed. I knocked at the door I had seen him enter on the last floor. A lady opened the door, and it wasn't just any lady. It was my brother's ex-wife. And behind her were 2 boys, about 2 years old twins. And of course, I was sure she had no child from my brother before they divorced. Now, how come she is here, in an apartment with my own husband and 2 healthy boys? Who is there? My husband asked, stepping towards the door, and our eyes met. For a moment, I lost my breath as I tried to process what I had just seen. My lips trembled in disbelief as my eyes locked on hers. She recognized me instantly. Her eyes darted from me to my husband before she demanded, in a tone sharper than a question, "What is she doing here? Why did you bring her here?" My husband glared at me, his voice ice cold. "I didn't bring her here. She must have followed me. Leave. Go before I do something I'll regret." There was no remorse in his tone. None. And then, she, my brother's ex-wife, had the audacity to join him. "Stay away from my man," she warned. A man? By that, she meant my husband. the man I had been married to for 7 years. She warned as if I was the intruder, as if I was the one cheating. My hand inched to slap her across the face, but before I could, my husband caught my wrist mid-air and shoved me backward. "Don't you dare," he warned. The only word I managed to whisper was, "Why?" She smiled. "Why do you think your brother divorced me?" It was because of my man, my bestie. She tilted her head toward my husband. "You see, before you married him, I knew him. I dated him. I loved him. Then you came into the picture, trying to take him from me. Fine, keep the marriage certificate, but it belongs to me." Her words pierced me like daggers, and before my eyes, she leaned close to my husband and whispered that she needed my car. Yes, in addition to the one she already had. And my husband, without hesitation, replied, "Your wish is my command." For a moment, I wondered if he was under some spell, but deep down, I knew this wasn't charm. This was intentional. He snatched my car key from my hand, proudly declaring he would drive it in as a... When he left, she seized that moment to stab me deeper. "You are the reason I'm a divorcee today," she sneered. "Didn't you tell your brother you never liked me before we even got married? Didn't you suspect me?" I did suspect her, but he loved me, and he chose me anyway. Still, your words poisoned him. You sowed the discord that separated us. So I went back to my man to make sure you suffer like I did. Just prepare your mind for divorce." She smiled wickedly. That was when I realized it was not about love. It was all about revenge. 6 years ago, when my brother introduced her to us as his bride-to-be, I had my doubts. She carries herself with a mask of decency, but I sensed another lifestyle lurking beneath. My fears were confirmed the day I caught her clubbing, dancing wildly to rock music before a rowdy audience. I warned my brother. He brushed it aside. He was blinded by love. 2 years into the marriage, the truth came out. Our affairs were fueled by a shameless claim that if men cheat and get away with it, then women can. She cheated on my brother, so my brother divorced her. And yet, I was the one paying the price. Just as I opened my mouth to scream at her wickedness, my husband returned, grabbed my arm, and dragged me down the stairs. "Go home and take care of my children," he warned. "Go home and take care of my boys. I won't warn you again." Something in me snapped. My voice came out raw, unfiltered. I didn't even know when I said it. "Which boys? You think they belong to you? They are not your children. Stop deceiving yourself." He froze. His grip on my hand loosened. Slowly he turned to face me at the bottom of the stairs, with eyes burning with cold fury. "What did you just say?" he asked coldly. I met his gaze, my own voice equally cold. "They are not your children," I repeated fearlessly.